The reactions that trail the impeachment move by the Assembly. There's AFCON today. And so at 4 p.m., major news comes up after that. Our friends from sports take over the studio. So let's not waste each other's time. Let's head straight to business and know who is saying what. If you just woke up, you live under a rock, or you're not quite conscious of the political realities in River State, I'll give you a refresher. The River State House of Assembly began impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu over alleged gross misconduct. During plenary yesterday, Thursday, presided over by Speaker Martin Amehule, the Majority Leader, Major Jack, read a notice accusing Governor Fubara of 7 offences, including demolishing the Assembly complex, spending funds outside the budget, withholding funds meant for the Assembly Service Commission, and refusing to comply with the Supreme Court ruling on the House's financial autonomy. Well, for the Deputy Governor, they accuse her of unconstitutional spending, obstructing the Assembly from carrying out its duties, allowing unauthorized persons to occupy offices, seeking budget approval from another group, and seizing lawmakers' salaries and allowances. So those were their offences, and for those reasons, the Assembly believe that the governor deserved an impeachment because these offences, according to them, are impeachable offences. Well, owing to that, people have been speaking from certain quarters, stakeholders, and analysts, catalysts, and everything we like to call them. And I'm certain you will have an opinion on this as well. We start with the Emeka Beke-led APC in River State rejecting the impeachment process initiated by the River State House of Assembly against the governor and his deputy, describing the move as destabilizing and unnecessary. Speaking in an interview, the party's spokesperson, Darlington Wuju, urged members of the House of Assembly to withdraw the impeachment notice in the interest of the party. He said lawmakers who are loyal to the APC should immediately suspend all impeachment proceedings and instead refer the matter to the party leadership for internal resolution.
And so we advise strongly that this impeachment threat and that process would have to be withdrawn in the larger interest of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State, because you cannot claim to be members of the APC and then turn around to be plotting on destabilizing APC addition, and then their loyalty must be seen not to be to any individual but to our party, and that party is the APC.
When Uju insisted that the issue is an internal party matter and can be resolved through dialogue if the appropriate party structures are properly engaged.
As members of the All Progressive Congress, we would not support the destabilization of an APC-controlled state of Rivers State. Majority of the members of the State Assembly have announced their defection into the All Progressive Congress, meaning that this is an affair that can be sorted out in-house and resulting to the use of impeachment.
Now going from Uju to the leadership of the Civil Liberty Organization, CLO, in Rivers State, urging members of the State House of Assembly to exercise restraint in the ongoing impeachment process against Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Speaking in an interview with correspondent Soebi Oruwari, the state chairman of the CLO, Sonny Dada, cautioned that while lawmakers possess the constitutional powers to impeach, such action would not address the underlying political challenges confronting the state. He warned against the use of impeachment as a tool for political retaliation and appealed to both lawmakers and governor to place the overall interest of Rivers State above personal considerations.
We have specific demands for the lawmakers and for the governor. First, for the lawmakers, we call on them to drop whatever impeachment proceeding they have commenced. We ask them to halt it. We do not think that that is in the best interest of the state. As for the governor, we call on him to urgently present the budget to the lawmakers for legislative action. It is a constitutional responsibility on the part of the governor to do that, and that constitutional responsibility must be carried out because it is in the interest of the state.
There are further called on President Bola Tinubu to urgently intervene and ensure that the fresh impeachment proceeding do not plunge Rivers State into another round of political crisis.
Because we are getting to a point of no return, they must be reminded that Rivers State must not be sacrificed on the altar of political power struggle. We're a very critical economic and strategic hub, and so anything that happens here can affect the ultimate destiny of the country. And that is why we're also calling on the president to intervene at this point, because we don't want anything that will lead to governance paralysis or civil unrest in the state, because I tell you, such an action could trigger so many unpredictable outcomes.
All right, from governance paralysis to judicial expressions, a constitutional lawyer, Dr. Innocent Ekwu, has described the impeachment notice against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu, as lacking good faith. Speaking in an interview with our correspondent, Dr. Ekwu said the governor cannot be accused of misappropriating state funds, as the 2025 budget approved by the National Assembly remains valid.
That impeachment notice is dead on arrival and does not have any efficacy on the following grounds. Number one, government of a state operates by budget, and the budget that was approved by the National Assembly is still effective and running. And so they cannot accuse the governor of misappropriating funds because the budget is ongoing and is running. Secondly, a state governor has power to spend from his proposed budget even up to 6 months of the year, pending when the budget is passed by the State House of Assembly. These are not grounds for impeachment.
Okay. I can assure you that River State has made me understand more about budgeting than anything else, because now I know about your ability to touch the future budget, romance the past budget, play around with the current budget. It's all the business of enlightenment, what we learn because things have happened to us. Dr. Ekwu further noted that the impeachment process does not begin and end with members of the Assembly alone. He said other institutions are involved in the process and expressed confidence that such bodies will not support actions capable of undermining due process.
Impeachment of a governor does not begin and end with the House of Assembly. There are other institutions that play roles. So it is not a one-man basket. So the State House of Assembly should allow Governor Fubara to rest. They should allow Rivers people to rest. They are disturbing us. This remaining time that Fubara has to serve the people of Rivers State, they should please allow him to do what he can for the people of Rivers State.
All right. All right. Well, there's still a whole lot more to unpack, and we are here for it. Let's see. I'm doing my best to connect with that. So, yes, indeed, I have. Okay. Now, with political tensions rising, voices from the public are urging caution. Some civil servants in Rivers State have appealed to members of the Rivers State House of Assembly to place the overall interest of the state above personal and political considerations. The civil servants made the appeal in interviews at the State Secretariat complex with correspondent Suebi Oruwari. They warned that heightened political tension can distract governance and service delivery.
We are not in support of that impeachment. Now that they started impeachment again, it's for their own selfish interest, not for the interest of the Rivers people.
The governor was suspended for 6 months. That 6-month suspension was 6 years backward to Rivers State. The governor just moved to APC, and the APC have the majority in the assembly. Who is beating this drum?
I have benefited a lot from this present governor. It really affected civil servants. So please, I advise them not to try it again. What this governor is trying to do is to make peace.
You are with the governor. So anything they are doing on their own, civil servants we are behind our governors, similar to Fubara, because he knows that we have been doing the work and we have been coming to work. The entitlement of the 100,000 naira. The past administration for 8 years did not give us anything. So him that gave us, we are thankful for him.
I was going to mention a Christmas bonus, but yeah, he already did that himself. Would you blame the civil servants? Of course not. Reports reaching us from verifiable sources state that work had begun on the State Secretariat. And we know that for 3 years running, there have been Christmas bonuses. And I'm sure there are other incentives, other palliatives, and things that the civil service have benefited from this government and indeed this governor. And they've said it because it's no secret. So now that it seems like the governor needs support, they are speaking up. Because why shouldn't they? The injustice meted out to civil servants across Nigeria is, at this point, almost normal. Right? If you're a civil servant, you're not expected to be financially capable. It's almost like you're on life support. So when it seems like a particular government sees you, you want to defend that government with everything. And I like that the man, one of the respondents, clearly talked about the 100K. So listen, the 100,000 naira, my own just finished last week. This man gave it to us. Let me play that again.
We are not in support of that impeachment. Now that they started impeachment again, it's for their own selfish interest, not for the interest of the Rivers people.
The governor was suspended for 6 months. That 6-month suspension was 6 years backward to Rivers State. The governor had just moved to APC, and the APC have the majority in the assembly. Who is beating this drum?
I have benefited a lot from this present governor. It really affected civil servants. So please, I advise them not to try it again. What this governor is trying to do is to make peace.
You are with the governor. So anything they are doing on their own, civil servants we are behind our governors, similar to Fubara, because he knows that we have been doing the work and we have been coming to work. The entitlement of the 100,000 naira. The past administration for 8 years did not give us anything. So him that gave us, we are thankful for him.
Yes, indeed. That's how life works. You stand beside who stood by you. Other residents of River State have called for calm. The residents appeal to the lawmakers to prioritize peace and stability.
And with the employment we are even expecting, we've not seen anything. So if they want to impeach him, it will be very, very bad for us. Beg them for them to leave him.
It's very sad, first for the state, because since the reception of this administration, the state has not been going well due to the political tussle that is going on. For me, it's a very sad one for the state.
So anything that's going against Fubara is against we in the River State. They should leave Fubara alone. Let peace reign in this River State.
The governor should be allowed to flow for the 8 years, 4 years, as the case may be. Before you should be impeached, you should do something to warrant impeachment. Christmas bonus, 100,000 that he gave to civil servants. Is that an offense?
That man is a peaceful man. They should allow him to rule River State to complete his tenure.
Fubara is a peaceful man and he's a God sent. Verse people gather together and pray for him. No matter how they try to impeach him, that God should.
I think there are lots of things to learn from here. If you are an employer of labor, you give your member of staff Christmas bonus. You can tell who would want. Maybe the lifestyle you are living will be seen as gross misconduct. That Christmas bonus will speak for you. My goodness. Yes, but the people are behind their governor, at least those that we spoke to. Is it time for me to open the phone lines for you to be a part of the conversation? We still have reactions. You have not seen anything. You go nowhere. Elder statesman Senator Andrew Uchendu is asking President Bola Tinubu to intervene in the renewed political crisis in the state. His comment comes after the Rivers Assembly began impeachment moves against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu on Thursday. Senator Uchendu, who formerly represented Rivers East Senatorial District, tells correspondent Martha Okere that presidential intervention could also serve as a viable solution to the ongoing crisis in the state. He also proposed convening a roundtable dialogue with all parties involved in the crisis.
One will call for the roundtable of themselves and some other statesmen in the state so that we understand truly what are the real issues, what are the underlying elements that are creating this confusion. And Mr. President should step in and call the parties to order. The Mr. President should call everybody to order. And I think this is what Rivers people will want. Not for this confusion. This is not who we are.
Senator Uchendu also said the political crisis in Rivers State over the past 2 years have tarnished the state's image and caused embarrassment to the people of the state. He appealed to all parties involved to set aside their differences and resolve their issues in the interest of peace and the future of Rivers State.
This is not the way we should start 2026. As a Rivers man, I feel embarrassed. And I think God well-meaning Rivers people should be embarrassed over what is going on. We love ourselves. This is not why our political prevails. But I'm that for the creation of Rivers State. I will plead with all seriousness that those who have issues to resolve within their parties should do so with the interest of Rivers State at heart. Enough of this scrambling for the soul of Rivers State.
All right. Everyone who is someone have spoken. And I know it's your turn. The Emeka Beke-led APC spoke. Civil Liberty Organization spoke. Those from the legal profession, lawyers spoke. Civil servants spoke. Elder statesmen spoke. Even younger statesmen are speaking. Who is left? I think the answer is whoever you see when you look in the mirror. You get to talk next. Reactions trailing the impeachment move. What say you? The numbers are called 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at NigeriaInfoPH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Please turn off your radio as you call. Clef Austin Rodriguez on WhatsApp says, Christmas bonus speaks louder than anything else. The Bible was right. The gift of a man maketh way for him. Okay, Clef Austin Rodriguez, thank you very much. That's a message on WhatsApp. We're taking your thoughts. Hello, Chinedu. Happy New Year. Martins and his boys are not tired of slavery. The so-called impeachment move by them is dead on arrival. They should go and count their losses with their paymaster. River State has to move on. Enoch says from Ada George. All right, Enoch. Thank you very much. I'm still taking your thoughts as I'll go to the phone line shortly. Let's see. That's definitely enough for this conversation. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Samara Chinedu. My take on the impeachment saga trailing River State. My pertinent take is that I'm begging the FCT Minister and the House of Assembly for the state to know political tranquility in the state so that governance will be a top priority. Ipalibo Taylor Harry says. Jude calls from Omuma. Good afternoon, Jude.
Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sam, different people calling for withdrawal of the impeachment process, saying it's a distraction, some say for peace to reign. For me, Jude Ubani, I like to fight.
Wow.
Let's see how this impeachment legally has to go. Let's watch it. Even the peace move that everybody is calling for, is that not going to bring distraction? According to my friend Senator Andrew Chendi, said that the president has to intervene. Probably he has forgotten the intervention the president had within Wike and Sam Fubara.
Everyone cannot be cold. I shall be a voice that speaks louder.
For me, let's see how the law takes care of the impeachment process. Let's see how it goes. What's wrong in impeachment? If it is approved or legally something that has to go, let's watch it. Begging this man, begging the other man, we're not trying to think or run away from the law. It's not going to go anywhere, but let's watch it. Let allow the fight, a little fight to go on. That's my way. That's my nature.
Thank you very much, Jude. Jude is not a man of love. He's not a preacher of love. So let's fight to finish. Okay. Gift calls from Yenugwa. Hello, Gift. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sam Chinedu.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Sam Chinedu Oracle, I would disappoint all of us this afternoon. You know why? The civil servants that your people interviewed is like most times the enablers of corruption.
Oh, really?
Why am I saying this? I have gone through what the House of Assembly stated clearly. They are talking about 2024. When you started with this very something on bonus, 100,000 naira. It is not captured. That was what they stated clearly. That's why they even sent back the 100,000 you sent to them. And we are here. I remember Dayo Olushako. I will praise him any day, anytime. That fact is one of the best, like you and others. This guy was telling us it is not about building skyscraper. It is about transparency and due process. Once you run foul of that, then forget about it. There is nothing like that anywhere. And that is what these people now, they are clapping hands. A governor refused to do the needful. Supreme Court clearly told us that 2024, 2025, there was nothing like governance and no budget. And that was where this very governor gave you 100,000 and you are now crying, clapping hands that he has tried. Tried where? Tried where? We should be careful how we hands. These are the people that are enabling him to be doing what he's not supposed to do.
All right,
because
Gift.
I'm talking about Supreme Court judgment.
Let me ask you, Gift. Gift.
Not about the House of Assembly.
Hold on, Gift. How can you tell that 100,000 came from the budget you're referring to? How do you know?
Yes, the House of Assembly said the 100,000 that was sent to them was never appropriated. And the previous ones, the same thing played out. That was their comment, and that was the stand, and they are still standing on it. That was why they said, let's follow through with this whole thing. That they are sick and tired of this intervention, every time settlement. Let's go through the whole arm. Let's find out who is wrong and who is right. Not to come and abuse the House of Assembly. And running foul of the law. The Supreme Court gave all manner of names. Why are we like this?
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Gift. Chima calls from Rumokuta. Good afternoon, Chima.
Mr. Oracle, wonderful hearing your voice.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Oracle, emotions on politics. This is not the idea again or the era of agreement. This isn't it. This is purely constitutional issue. I'm working here. It's constitutional matter, which nobody can even stop. It doesn't take days for you to look into the court of law. You can't look at it like that. Constitutional issue is built in the constitution about impeachment. If it has been served to the governor, send himself before the assembly, And if they deem it necessary or didn't deem it necessary, then the chief judge shall start a panel. You understand? And if the panel speak otherwise, then the impeachment process will go on. So I do not know why people are looking at it that he has built a house, he has built a road. The story of what they call it, Robin Hood, he steals from the bank and feeds the poor, but he was still caught up with the law. If you do something that the foundation is criminal, they're going to hold you responsible. If the governor has been doing things that is criminally whatever, he should be held accountable no matter what he's building. I do not want to look at it whether it's my party member or it's not this or it's that. Once they have staffed him and the whole things have been itemized here, let him study it. This is in the public. Go and study it and then ask him if he loves him very well. Did you do this? Did you do that? It's an open thing.
Hold on, Chima. Hold on. Chima. What party do you belong to?
I am of the PDP. I've told you before.
Okay. And you say the governor is your party member?
The governor now is of the APC.
Okay.
As he claims. You understand?
Yeah.
So what we are doing now is not about party. It's not about religion. It's not about ethnic. It is a constitutional issue.
No, I understand. But when you say, let's not say because he's my party member, who were you referring to?
Because people are thinking that because he has gone to APC and he belongs to the president or the assembly members at the APC now, we will not accept that. You understand? This has to do with the people of Rivers State.
Okay.
How you handle our resources.
All right.
Are you doing accordingly? Is it your own? Are you a king? Are you a prime minister? Or what are you? The issue is that we elected you, and these are the conventionality concerning your governance.
All right.
So it must be followed accordingly.
All right. Thank you, Chima. Thank you. I think he was referring to the assembly members and the governor. I kind of got the reference while he was speaking. I thought he meant his own party member. B.O.B. from Mbiama. Good afternoon.
Oracle, I want to just ask a question that I want to be corrected.
Okay.
We are learning.
Please turn off your radio.
Okay. The first question I want to ask is, one, the SUV car the assembly people are using, a bag that is set of what for them. Is it captured in the budget? Is it legal or illegal? That is one question.
Okay.
And if this money that the Christmas bonus that people are making reference, if the assembly is up to, let's say, each of them 100 million each, so will it have raised his voice? And then the last question is, state assembly for in the time of amnesty or ODT now, have they been questioning governors or trying to get near the of the governor or to do their override function, or will it continue after now, or are they serving somebody interest or interest of the bad people? I need answers soon.
All right. A few of those questions, maybe even all of them, I cannot answer. Where the money for the SUVs came from. We'll have to ask the assembly members, and we need to ask them because they seem to know where money comes from. It's one of the many reasons why they moved to impeach the governor, because they claim he has spent beyond the budget. So they kind of know where money comes from. If they've shown that capacity, then they might be able to tell us where the monies for SUVs came from. Allegedly, my goodness. Never forget, allegedly. All right. The impeachment is just a distraction to Governor Fubara. Wike can never be God to Rivers people. The impeachment will not succeed. Jackson from Iba says, the Rivers State Assembly impeachment process will not see the light of day. We are wiser than their paymaster. What they are doing is not in the interest of citizens of the state, but their selfish interest. Ezekiel Isaiah says, thank God ability to able the impeachment is a mere distraction and nothing else. Assembly members are seeking for attention from the governor because they came on board. They've not passed budget and they're not happy with it. To impeach a sitting governor, maybe to con chop. Thank God ability to able. IB from Harbour Road. Good afternoon, IB.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
led APC, have they made any statement?
We haven't heard anything yet.
Okay. I'm wondering, the governor himself has defected to APC, so he's also going to deliver. His intention is, of course, to deliver to Tinubu, and then majority of the legislators are also APC members. So all of them want to deliver to Tinubu. So if all of them want to deliver to Tinubu, what then is the problem? Is the problem who exactly is going to deliver River State to Tinubu? Is that the problem? That's what I'm asking. What exactly is the issue? But I thank God that yesterday your analyst in the studio said that the impeachment process not start and end with the House of Assembly. So I am very hopeful that this whole thing will not see the light of the day, because it's unfortunate, it's embarrassing. I heard somebody saying that they should go back to Tinubu again. How? Like how? If they stay on their own, must we always go back to Tinubu? We have an issue now. Don't we have elders in the state, of political leaders in the state that can settle issues? Must we always go back to Tinubu? And one other question I wanted to ask, yesterday, your analyst in the studio said that there was nothing like asking for which the judge is expected to reply the House of Assembly members when they finally, assuming so, when they finally present their report to the chief judge. So if the chief judge does not do anything, do the House members, since there is a lacuna there, according to the analyst, if the House of Assembly members take it upon themselves to still carry out and vote him out of office, we need to work. See, can they also capitalize on the lacuna? If the chief judge does not react or act as expected, because according to the analyst, he said there is no time spent. So, supposing they wait and the chief judge does not react, can they go to their legislative hall and carry out their activities based on the lacuna? Can they do that? I'm asking.
I don't think so, because he responded to that yesterday by saying that they cannot override the chief judge. They will play their parts, but when it comes to what he's supposed to do, the assembly cannot take over that responsibility. So apparently, it will be a deadlock. That's what it will mean. Siki from Okrika. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am happy that our assembly members are now proactive. All of a sudden, they are proactive, like you said. I'm just imagining how can people who say they are on repair, why can't they wait when they return from repair and allow the governor to give them the budget which the executive council has already approved? Why are they in a haste to ask the governor to bring a supplementary budget? I mean, the man said that we have not finished spending the money in his hand. They are saying that the money is finished. But where is he getting money from? He's the one that's supposed to present. Okay, I have a problem, financial problem, we need money. And mind you, this governor, since he became a governor, he has not borrowed a dime. We know the predecessor of this governor. Every month he was borrowing money and they were just approving. And that the man has not borrowed anything, and he's still working with the little he has. And they are saying that the money is finished, that he must bring a budget. Who appear to tell them to compare the executive to give them a budget? After all, there was a budget in River State during the time of Fubara. And he has been working with that budget. Don't forget, he has constitutional right to spend money for some months even before presenting the budget. And now they have just mentioned the frivolous things around to say that this is that, and it is a mistake. It's an insult, not to the governor, and also to River people. It's an insult to humanity to call a responsible man a mistake. And I don't know what they really want. Because if really they want good for River people and for River people, they should do the needful and resign from what they are doing if they don't know what they are doing there.
All right.
Because if it is for me alone, I will ask them, nobody should get there.
All right, thank you very much, Siki. This is as much as I can take from you. A quick break, and I return to take messages. Stay with us.